Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. Today I am showing you guys how to make a very simple paperback journal in just a few minutes. Once you have everything cut out and ready to go, it really is quite quick and super cute. You can use any supplies that you have, but I am using the March 2025 kit Blue Mint Academia. This kit is absolutely gorgeous. It's everything you want in a kit. It has a bunch of neutral creams, browns, grays, and a touch of that mint blue color that really adds a beautiful, elegant pop of color. Oh, and I should mention, if you want that kit, you can totally get it. If you get it during this month, that's the absolute best price that you can get it, and so you can check at the description of this video on how to get that kit. But without further ado, we can kind of just get started. So I am not going to be sewing any pages in. I might do some sewing if I want to, decorate the journal and everything. But I am using a paper in the kit that's the double page journal cover, and then I am using double pages. So they'll fit right in there. It'll be just a snug, cute little fit. And just a little tip for you guys. When I was making this journal, here it is. I kind of did finish it, but the pages were a little bit tight. I'm not sure what I did wrong. I've done this so many times and it's always worked out fine, so I'm not really sure what I did. But if you are worried about the double pages fitting, you can always print them at a slightly smaller size or print the cover at a slightly bigger size, or just if you're making your own cover, make it a little bigger. But yeah, it worked out fine for me, but I just wanted to let you guys know. I am going to be putting it inside of this when I am done. So when my journal is done, it's going to fit right into there like that and be part of this journal. This tutorial is coming in a day or two. If you're wanting to make this beautiful layout, it's really fun. But I do just want to let you guys know that you can keep the journal as is, or you can add it into something bigger, which is what I am doing. So first things first, I printed my double page journal cover with a neutral paper on the back, one that I thought was pretty. And then I am also going to be decorating this journal. This cover is very plain, so there's a lot of decorating you can do if you want. So here's one thing that I'm going to add, just like that. That's going to be my front cover. And we can just start there. Just start there, and then of course later on you can decorate your cover even more. And then the next thing we have to do is score this journal cover. However you like to do that, go for it. If you are hoping to make this from scratch, all you're going to need are some double pages that you just create on your own. You can just use basic papers like this, and they are 10 by 5 inches. No, sorry. 10 by 7 inches, and then you fold them in half, and they can just be copyweight paper and single-sided. And then your cover is just going to be slightly bigger than that, and you need to decide how big of a spine you want. So leave extra room for the spine when you're doing it. My spine's only about 1.5 centimeters maybe. So yeah, so there's that. It's already coming together and looking good. And now we need to create our junk journal signature using these double pages. So we've done this method before, and there's a reason I just keep doing it. It's because I love it. So what you're going to want to do is fold them in half with the design facing on the inside. And you're also going to decide what order you want them in as well. Feel free to add more or less of the desired pages. All right, and then from here it's quite simple. You're going to start with your back page. So grab that back one. And you're just going to glue one side. During this step, I do like to put a scrap piece of paper under, because it does get a little messy. So we'll just put that page under for now, and then you just start gluing. Be really careful to get all of those corners. Then you're going to grab your next double page, and you need to line up the spines. That's where I always start, and I just gently line them up, and then once I have it where I want, I'm going to press that page down. I'll open it up. And as you can see, I didn't cut all my pages to the exact same size, so there are going to be some white edges on mine, and I can just cut those off later. That just happens when your pages aren't perfectly cut to the same size, which is very likely in my case. So if you're like me, just know that that can be fixed quite easily. And then you just keep going. As you do this, it's actually super likely that your pages are going to get stuck together. So I like to go back through after I glue a page on and just smooth out the papers previous to it and make sure that nothing is sticking together. And I do that a few times before it is fully dry, just because it makes it so none of the pages stick together. And if you are following along and crafting this same journal, just know that you can use more or less pages than what I am doing, just depending on your project. Pages are going to be sticking together a bit. They might also be a bit wrinkly, but as it dries, it straightens out as long as you're kind of watching them, keeping an eye on them, making sure nothing is sticking that isn't supposed to be sticking. And you're just kind of pressing it. You can also put it under a heavy book or something if you want it to dry super flat. I just like to go through and make sure that it's all drying correctly. So while this dries, I am going to go and sew around this border. I think that would just add a fun look. That's just a fun option for you guys if you would like to. So let it dry for a second and I'll be right back. All right, we are back. I have sewed the edges. I just like the little extra detail it adds. Super cute. And then also, while I was letting it dry a little bit longer, I went ahead and cut off all the edges that were that had the white on them, or I just inked them. If you add some ink, that works too. So now this is ready to go. It's already flattening out, as you guys can tell, and it will continue to do so as it dries fully. It's probably like 90% of the way dry. One more thing I do need to let you guys know is that you cannot glue with this method. You can't glue the front and the back down, because then when you fold it, it's going to get like, it'll bend the book, and it needs to only have one side glued down. So I'm choosing to do this side, which means that this side will be here. Now, what I like to do is get another piece of paper that I've cut to size, and I just like to glue it on the front and then tuck the extra in the back and just glue it there, because this side's going to get glued down, but this side we want to be pretty. So that's what I like to do. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. I started by using my art glitter glue and just putting a pretty solid layer onto my page and then attaching that really just quick cover and then gluing it to the back as well. I did have a little overhang, and so I just trimmed that off because it doesn't matter. This part's going to get glued off anyway, so I just wanted it to look nice. And it's all secure and it's done. We can finally glue it into our journal. So this one, you just want to add plenty of glue onto the back. After I added my glue, I went ahead and put it into my journal, and I'm showing you guys this little snippet because I actually did mess up. I didn't quite get my journal pages into the right spot. I don't know why. I've done this so many times and it's fit fine before, but this time it felt like my pages were somehow too big. So maybe this was an error on my part, or I didn't print the right size of papers, but you can always extend your journal cover if you need to. You can print your double pages at a slightly smaller size. I'm not even sure what happened, but that's okay. I am gonna be just fine, but it doesn't bother me too bad, but there is a little bit of an overhang. Now that the journal is done, I am good to start embellishing it. This is just an extra part of the video if you want to kind of watch some of my crafting process, but I'm going to be adding some slightly smaller rectangles onto my page just because I love it. I think it adds a beautiful dimension. This isn't an official part of the video, but I did want you guys to have the opportunity to see some of the inside designing process. So starting off strong, I did go and cut out some little rectangles that just fit perfectly on that page. I was having a really hard time with my glue. I found out later it's because it was clogged, but that's okay. I kind of just added the rectangles where I saw fit. Why do I do this? I think it's because the pages can sometimes just be a little bit boring, and I want to prep them so that when it's actually time to start adding things into the journal, there's already just these beautiful backgrounds ready to go. Overall, doing this, I was just hoping that it would help with my inspiration as I'm trying to decide what to put on the pages, and I think it did. So I think I will do this again in the future. I added on a few of those pages, nothing crazy, I think like 5 total. And then this is where things got really fun. I'll be the first to admit that sometimes I don't always use all the pieces in my kit. I try my best, but sometimes I just don't, especially ephemera. And so I was like, I'm going to use almost all the pieces in my kit this time, starting with ephemera. So I went ahead and I used quite a few pieces of ephemera to create more dimension onto these backdrops. I might cover these up later a little bit. Some of them might remain. We'll see. Either way, I thought it just added some really pretty extra details to my base journal. Things continued to get more fun as I pulled out the matching stickers for the March kit, and I love it, you guys. The ones I'm using right now are some of my absolute favorites, and it was just so much fun to try and find ways to use them, and I thought it was just so cute. So these might be sold out, but if not, you can go to www.pinkmonarchprints.com and you can order them. I try to do them at a really good price for you guys and do free shipping to the US. But again, they might be sold out. They sold out last time really quickly, so if not, that's okay, but you can go check them out and try to get them next month. And I continued to just keep gluing things. I was having a blast. I kind of wanted to just keep going, but I was like, I need to leave some space for other things. Something about stickers have always just spoke to me, and I know not everyone feels that way, but I was like, I want to find lots of ways to incorporate junk journaling and stickers. It's just so much fun to use things other than paper every now and then, and personally, I love it. And here is the finished journal. We can kind of do a quick little walkthrough. I'm also going to be gluing it in to this journal, and I'm so excited about it. I was really excited that it all fit perfectly, and so I just added a lot of glue onto the back there. And oops, I kind of cut this part out of frame a little bit, but I did just glue it down. And then we can kind of do a little bit more of a walkthrough here. To me, this is an exciting time because now my journal is ready to go. It is ready to be actually journaled in and to add so many fun projects inside. Everyone has their favorite parts about junk journaling, and that is mine. Just doing the final touches. I think it's so therapeutic and beautiful. And one of my favorite ways that I did use stickers, as you can see, there's that like little piece right there. And that was from this sticker sheet right here. I just cut a little snippet off, and it looks like vintage tape is holding it into the journal, and I thought that was really cool. I did another one right there and added some other stickers. I also turned some of these pieces of ephemera into pockets because why not? If you don't end up using it, you don't end up using it, and there was no harm done. And that's the final page there in the back. So you can close up the journal, and this is what it looks like. If you guys are wanting to do this outer cover journal thing, that tutorial is coming really soon, I think tomorrow or the next day. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you are wanting this kit, make sure to go and check it out. You can subscribe or just buy it on Etsy, and both are great ways. I always love seeing what you guys make with these kits, and I just know that your guys' creations with this one are going to be out of this world. So excited. Again, y'all have a wonderful day, and we will see you in our next video.